A limb fell off the willow tree. How did that happen? It happened Friday morning. And Chris is doing something. I don't know whether he's helping it or hurting it. This is a favorite tree.
It's recording. You can hear him with the chainsaw out there. They're getting ready to do a cleanup job over there. Do you have any comments?
Do I have a comment? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a comment. Do not hurt the tree. It is magnificent and we love it. Amen.
That's a willow tree. It's there to absorb all that moisture from the floodplain.
Oh.
They're good. Their roots, spread right out. And they're as bigger and longer as the tree is tall. Did you know that?
Oh, is that so?
Yes, on a willow tree and most trees, yeah.
Really?
The root systems are longer than the trees are tall. But a willow tree in a marshland is very good because it absorbs a lot of moisture. So then I push this button here.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
South Skodak? That was the 6th one, Tammy, not the 5th.
So on this one.
6.
They got NASA, Skodak, and East Greenville.
What time is it? It started half an hour ago, didn't it? Tammy's got a police radio.
Yeah. Skodak Valley now.
7th one went by, Skodak Valley. Boy, this is a big fire.
Yes, it is.
Or a rescue or what. 2 National Grid trucks went by.
The big suckers. They were the big ones.
2 very big ones.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Seatbelt?
Oh. He works for the town though, huh?
I imagine he does. So if you didn't have trash pickup, you'd have to bring your stuff over here.
Route 16. Rensselaer County.
It's 16. I think it's 13 or 15. I think it's 16.
Rural Rensselaer County. Route 20?
No?
Oh, there was a death, wasn't there?
I'm sorry, you are correct. Route 16.
What's that road, huh? Up there. There was a death on 66 and 20.
Yeah, I heard that. Kingman's Canyon.
Everybody enjoyed your hayride history.
It was very pleasant, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Tasawasa.
Yep, that goes around the Tasawasa Lake. And you said in your tour that that was the route that people took.
Yeah, these are all old roads.
This is beautiful. you about the Pierces. They came out here years ago and they wanted to buy an old rundown farmhouse and rebuild it. And that's what they're doing. You know where that road goes?
That used to be the town garage. That's where
That's McGuire? I talked to Melody this morning and told her that Bill Coonrod said that his Presbyterian parsonage was built in 1820. Excuse me, 1832. Now what's that?
Well, I'm going to pull over here, and then you can...
Now there's Dunham Hollow Road, and there's a restaurant. And this is where they had the rent wars, right?
Right, actually, where Diane's house
They had
is.
the meetings for the rent wars here.
So when we're done, I'll let you borrow this book. Maybe you can take it to the library and put it on the reader. This is called Mills of the Tassawassa by Philip Lord. Philip Lord, I think he's still alive.
Really?
Yep. A segment of fieldstone retaining wall along the banks of the Tassawassa, which you can hear the water. Can you hear water? That's the Tassawassa Creek. In Hoag's Corners, New York, this stream was once dammed, diverted, and controlled within its banks to provide power to over a dozen mills during the 19th century. Today it
Really?
splashes unrestricted down its rocky course, little more than a scenic ghost of an all but forgotten industrial past.
Yes.
Let's see here. The forested highlands through which the Tassawassa flows lie in what was once the eastern half of the manor of Rensselaerwyck, an 850,000 acre patroonship set aside in the 1600s. Although settlement initially concentrated along the rich bottomlands of the Hudson River, by the late 18th century the rugged uplands along the eastern margin of the manor witnessed increasing activity as farmers and millers began to take up leasehold lands as yet unassigned. These farms generally ran to the high side of 100 acres and were of variable quality, many of the ones along the Tassawassa apparently being attractive primarily as mill lots. Let's see.
Who wrote that book?
Philip Lord. Tassawassa, Mohegan meaning stone mortar, and a stone mortar is a piece of stone that the Indians would use to grind corn and seeds and flax.
Oh.
Archaeological evidence has been found of Indian occupation of the Tassawassa Valley from circa 2500 BC to
Wow.
around 1400 AD, and occupation is assumed to have been constant in this historic period.
Wow.
So here's a little map, and about halfway up here somewhere there's a map that shows it. So we are, I don't know how well you can see it. We're right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This
we
is
see.
Route 66.
Yep.
This is Dunham Hollow Road. See where it turns red?
Yep.
That's the Rensselaer Plateau. So,
Oh.
so not very, very far up this road will be the Rensselaer Plateau.
Oh.
And then this shows, again, here's Route 66, and these are all the mills along this creek. Pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
You know, so if you want to borrow that.
Yes, thank you.
This
I
came
have
out
a
of one of the floor beams in my bathroom.
really.
Yeah, square nail.
Look at that. Gee, that goes back a long
Handmade,
time.
Yeah.
That's out of Kurt's house.
And on the bottom, still shiny. See that? Where it was in the wood. That's my souvenir.
Now-
Restaurant.
And this is where they had the rent war.
Yep.
The
Hoag's
Big Indian.
Corners
What was his
Tavern,
name? Big what
Built
one?
1820. Famous meeting place of the anti-rent war, 1844-45. Early stop on the old Turnpike Road. Oh, there's something else.
This 66 is called the Albany Turnpike?
Well, apparently at one point, yeah. Let me see, there's something else here.
You know, I got a question. That Philip Lord, I wonder if he was related to the Lord of Lord's Hill.
Could be. Could very well be.
You knew that he was murdered, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
By the Indians.
No, he was murdered by one of his employees. Archie Mall.
Was he brought to justice?
Well, he was, but then he got out, and Sue Cantfield,
Yeah.
grandmother, received a letter from Archie Mall from prison.
Uh-huh.
And the Nassau Library has all of the newspaper clippings of
Yeah.
1900
Uh-huh.
when the trial was going on in Troy.
I can't find it.
Now, could you tell me why this is called Hoag's Corner? Why is
Well, that's exactly what I was getting at, because I just skimmed through this book this morning and it gave me the whole Hoag connection. So let's see if I can find it.
it Jonathan Hoag, Kurt says, was a Quaker. And you know, Kinderhook Reformed Church has a record on Jonathan Hoag. He used to go there.
Oh.
And Bonnie Dunham told me that she saw his name in the record not long ago. And he came up from Kinderhook. And he started New Stores, which is where the antique place is, at the corner of Route 20 and Elm Street. And he was in the legislature. And he didn't own land, he leased land from Stephen Rensselaer. And Stephen wouldn't sell it to him. But Jonathan Hoag waited, and finally Stephen Rensselaer did sell it to him.
Ran out of money.
And at that point, instantly, he dammed the
The lake.
Valatia Kill and made Nassau Lake. Valatia Kill starts up at Burden Lake, and it stops in Valatia and goes into the Kinderhook.
Do you know what Valatia means?
Valatia has something to do with something you put on a fireplace.
Little Falls.
There is a little falls in Valatia, yeah.
Oh dear, I found it this morning. Located in the northeastern part of the town, it is situated on the Tassawassa Creek and contains 2 stores, a hotel, a union, and a Baptist church, a number of places devoted to various branches of manufacture, and a number of dwelling houses. Settlements were commenced here at an early date. William Larkin was a farmer at that point over 70 years ago, 1810. He also operated a sawmill about a mile up the creek from the Corners. His son Caleb, at an advanced age, still occupies a portion of the same farm. Daniel Alexander built a sawmill where the gristmill of John Taylor is, nearly 80 years ago. Hitchin Holland operated a tannery up the stream 50 years ago. For about 25 years, Weller and Swan succeeded him for 12 or 14 years. Let's see, Thomas Brown and H.W. Victor now have a cider mill here. A chair factory was started up the creek by Merriman Lester. He operated for about 40 years. At the same time, Jared Alexander had an iron foundry on the creek opposite the chair factory. James Hoag had a sawmill 50 years ago at the Corners and a blacksmith shop when Lester's store now stands. The sawmill.
Is this the Corners?
These are the Corners right here. William Hoag, now here's William Hoag, built the hotel about 50 years ago, 1824, and kept it in it for about 35 years. Henry Guile has been proprietor a good many years. Robert Martin erected a hotel opposite in 1823 and kept it a good many years. So there was a lot of stuff here. Now, I can remember a building on this site here, which was called the Casino, and it became a dance hall, and then a square dance hall, and then when I was saying that they had a sheriff's office in the town, this is where the sheriff's outpost was. So obviously that's not here anymore. All right.
And this is Dunham Hollow Road.
This is Dunham Hollow Road. Yeah. Tell me if this window's too much. Yeah, this would be a good place for Melody to try to get some signs put up. You know?
Oh.
Some of the research is already done.
Or remember this hill? And at the top of the hill, you turn right. And that's my friend's house. What's the name of that street?
I don't know.
It had a sign. Wow. Ooh.
Street right there.
That's Tassawaska? Ooh, it's populated.
Yeah. Probably not as much as it once was. That's 1820s, 1830s house. Gardner Hill Road. All houses that Don Carpentier could tell you right off the top of his head when they were built, who they were built by, and all that.
Ooh.
So I guess you're in the Rensselaer Plateau.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah. I believe it refers more to the geology than anything.
At the top of this hill, there's a right. And that's where the Pierces live.
Those ferns in there.
Was that a street?
No.
Was that a mailbox? I know, we went by the mailbox. I think that was it. And what a view from their place.
Greenman Hill Road.
That's it! Greenman Hill. That's where the Pierces live.
Thomas Greenman was the man who developed the terrace in Nassau. He was from East Nassau.
When the glacier came through here, it didn't cut the plateau. I bet we're in Steventown, because the Pierces lived in Steventown. Where's Dunham's Hall?
You know, I don't know if any of this is, now that's a very old house, is considered Dunham Hollow. Obviously, it must be. Oh, the sheep. They had two little goats at the library the other day. They were so cute.
Yes, they are. They're darling.
Smell the firewood. And these are all very old houses.
Wonder what the history is.
I read you the history.
This will probably come out on a Route 43.
Yes, it does.
Have you ever been to that state park over there? What's it called?
Cherry Plain.
What is it called? It's a dirt road goes down to it.
I think it's Cherry Plain.
Yes, Cherry Plain State Park. Is that it?
Yeah.
You ever been there?
Yeah.
that the Taswasa?
Yeah.
Well, this is quite a little center. Here it is.
That way you go to Steventown.
Yep.
You go that way you go to
Goes into
the North Corners.
and also it goes into
Naval Park. Crooked Lake.
yeah,
All those.
and up
and
further it goes
Clarence.
into Grafton on Route 2. Runs parallel to this. But where is Dunham Hall?
You went through it.
Was that when we left the square?
I don't know. I don't know if there's an actual single spot or if it's a combination. There's Taberton Road. Go up to Taberton.
Yep, that goes up to Taberton Mountain. And the Congregational Church, Zion Congregational Church, Reverend Robert Lausch. And that goes up to Route 42. What pond?
Pikes. E-I-K-E.
Nice. And it goes clear to Washington State Route 2.
Route 20 goes to Oregon.
Yeah, it does. Comes right out to the ocean. Starts in Boston. I think it's interesting to watch the traffic that goes down Route 20.
Well, that's one word for it.
Well, it is.
I got another word for it.
Okay. What's this corners, honey?
I don't know. This is 66. I assume. I didn't think long to get 66.
What's your word for it?
Too much traffic.
Yeah, but it's still kind of exciting.
Down there, that's Pike's Pond. That little.
That's
body.
what?
That's Pike's Pond. That little body of water down.
Oh, that's Pike's Pond. Uh-huh. What town?
Nassau. This is all Nassau.
Really? Nassau goes all the way up here?
All the way up here.
But we were in Steventown for a while.
No, I don't think so. This is Radley Road.
And this is what road?
Radley. Now it's really a dirt road.
Oh, it's a gravel road.
Yeah.
I love it. Look at the canopy.
Yeah. away, aren't they? Geese out there.
Let's take it.
Nassau
Let's take it.
Cemetery Restoration. Volunteers welcome.
What are you reading on?
North Nassau Cemetery Restoration. No cemetery in there?
We want to go?
Oh,
What route is this? This looks
I
like a
don't
county route.
know.
It's a county route because it's got a yellow line.
North Nassau Road. Upham Squatters.
Ooh. It's a nice ride. Now that gravel road went from where? Route 43 to this route.
No, 66.
It was a crossway.
Stop ahead.
Maybe there'll be a sign.
I bet there will. We made a circle. That's Tasawasa Lake Road. The dump's back there. That's Tasawasa Lake.
Yeah. Oh, now we're going to Tasawasa Lake.
I believe it's there.
The summer camp's going on at Lions Lake this week.
Yeah, I see the buses go back and forth.
And this comes down from Route 16, I think. No, I don't think it does.
places have had their heyday, haven't they?
Yeah.
Now everybody wants to go to Florida. Go to Disneyland.
$2,500 years ago, there was a civilization here.
Yes.
$500 BC?
1400 BC, 1500 BC.
Town of Nassau.
Still Nassau, yeah.
What happened to the lake?
That was it.
Oh!
You don't get a very good view of it.
What a pretty road.
And it's nicely surfaced too, isn't it?
What's this?
You're going towards East Nassau. Berry Hill Road and Martha Road. Story about that.
What is it?
I don't know. I think that's where people went to take a bath. Now you get the Kinderhook.
This is the Kinderhook? Where are we? What's that street say?
Tassawassa Lake Road. See?
This is the Kinderhook Creek?
The Kinderhook. Making its way to the mighty Hudson.
Sandy and Carrie and David and Alyssa went tubing in the Kinderhook Creek. There's the post office. And it was nice. They had great big inner tubes.
Yeah. Where do they do that from?
What did I?
Where does that start?
Well, it goes between the second bridge.
Well, here in Nassau.
Yes.
Ah.
Between the second bridge and the third bridge. Oh, now what is this corner?
This is East Nassau.
What?
East Nassau.
Oh, this is East Nassau.
Village of East Nassau.
It is a village, huh?
Yes, it is.
In the town of Nassau.
In the town of Nassau.
And what's the story? How they broke off?
Yeah. That's the former synagogue. So that's where you can get your access to get to the creek to go fishing.
Why did they break off?
Because their biggest issue was, I'm going to turn around here and show you a place called Snake Mountain. I want to turn around, you see somewhere, which has a particular type of stone that is much prized for road building. And companies wanted to mine the stone for roads. To take a relatively small mine and make it into a big mine with dynamiting and all of that. And there was a lot of people who lived here didn't want that, and they went to the town for help, and the town didn't really help them. So they said, "The heck with you! We'll form our own village, and then we can fight it." And they did, much to the chagrin of the town.
Oh, what year?
Oh, this was within 10 years or so.
What's that?
Relatively new. Another little corner of Nassau here.
Oh, look at that old place.
They had their own school district here.
Wow.
I think the school buildings was up there. It's now apartments. And they wanted to join in with Nassau, but Nassau didn't want it. Right in there, that's where they wanted to make that. They wanted to level that.
Oh. What route is this?
This is 66.
the junction of Route 66 and 20.
Yeah.
That goes down to up Walden Bridge.
No, that goes to Pittsfield.
And north goes to Troy.
Backwards goes to Troy, yeah. This is Brainerd. What used to be called Brainerd Station when the railroad was running. There was a connection between Bennington, Vermont and Chatham.
Wow.
And there was the train station right there.
Is that the one that
While we
that
stopped.
man did over?
Yes. And there's the Columbia County line. Right there. We don't dare go to Columbia.
Route 19 goes to Old Chatham?
I don't know. I have no idea. Not much in Brainerd these days. Firehouse.
I think our friend Madeline lives down there. I think we just passed it. And Joyce Baum. Route 20 going west.
Another cemetery. Brainerd Cemetery. They just restored parts of that.
There was a Brainerd. It's a church
Oh,
in England sent over here to convert the Indians.
right. David Brainerd. But it wasn't named after him. It's the same
No,
name.
no, it wasn't named after this
That's where the
Brainerd.
Methodist Church was there.
Oh yes, This is where the Methodist church was. And he walked all the way from Stockbridge to the Kinderhook.
Yeah, well, they didn't have many cars in those days.
And he had Indian guides and they forsook it.
This was a mill building. That's all that's left of it is that cupola there. Very
Oh.
extensive,
Oh, is that what that was?
extensive mills here that repeatedly got washed out with the creek flooding.
Kinderhook Creek.
This building here is a building that should be preserved. The Hicks Tavern. Very old. I'd like to stop there someday and see who's still in that. Bliss Schoolhouse Road. Another school. Bliss was the family name.
Oh, how pretty. Oh,
Before Route 20, this was the road.
this was 20?
Yeah.
This is old Route 20.
Well, this was before Route 20. Route 20 wasn't originally numbered. Route 20 had a 4-digit number.
So at Kinderhook, the Indian guides abandoned him, and he had to go to Albany. So he went through the woods himself, and he thought he was through. And just at the point when he thought he was dying, he came to a clearing and he saw Fort Craylon.
There we saw Martha Hicks Road. That's where. Over the mountain.
I think his name was David.
That's not how Brainerd was named.
Oh, this is so pretty. What's the name of this road?
Bliss Schoolhouse Road.
Schoolhouse Road. It isn't our Schoolhouse Road. It comes out in the village, is it?
No. No.
It comes out to New Road?
No. You're getting things made. The one in Skodak is Schoolhouse Road. This is Bliss Schoolhouse Road.
Oh, excuse me.
This, I believe, is old Route 20. Comes out to. Eventually, you work your way back to Lions Lake. Very narrow, huh? Oh, now you're back to Route 20.
Yeah, what's this?
Route 20.
Oh, okay.
See, you went around the creek.
Are we east of Coldwater Tavern?
Coldwater Tavern is still off on that side somewhere.
Are we east of there?
Yes, east. Jefferson Hill.
Oh, Jefferson Hill. Beautiful. This is where all the Sanfords live.
Where hops are growing. You ever see hops grow?
No. What do they do with them? Make beer?
Yes. Yes, they do.
This comes out onto Malden Bridge,
Yes, it does.
or Malden Street.
Yeah. Goes down to 66.
Oh, yeah.
That dog in there. See this? That's hops. Right there. See how it grows as a vine?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him you can't talk to the hops. Wow. You get good phone reception here.
Whose house is it?
It's a Sanford.
A. Sanford. Or A. Sheldon. This is the top and now we're going down.
Pretty soon.
Ooh, that.
Cows around.
Wonder where that one goes.
A lot of land, huh? There's a goose on the road. A Shodak Road.
Is this Jefferson Hill Extension?
A Shodak Road.
Oh, Mashodak? Oh, good. That's where Mr. Fletcher moved with his daughter?
I wouldn't know.
Mr. Fletcher's house will burn down next to the fire station? Route 20?
Route 20.
I didn't know Schrodak Road was all dirt.
It certainly is.
Village of Nassau. Tuxedo. Hi, Tuxedo. Nassau Reforms.
He's asleep. Asleep on the couch.
Town Hall. House abandoned. New stores.
There's Norman.
Elm Street. Hope's House. Methodist Parsonage. Melody. Presbyterian Church. Debbie's. Deckers. Phelps.
The senior house not really cut down those trees. I always figure that's the
Take his place, said Tom. What about me, said Amelia Bedelia. You? Said the boys. Great. But I don't know how to play the game, said Amelia Bedelia. I will explain it to you, said Tom. The idea of the game is to hit the ball and run to each of the bases. The other team tries to get the ball and tag you out, he said. That is easy enough, said Amelia Bedelia. Maybe we should warm her up at bat, said Bob. Great idea, said Tom. Amelia Bedelia, you hit the ball when Bob throws it. All right, she said. Bob pitched the ball, but Amelia Bedelia missed it. No, no, said Tom. You must step in to meet the ball. Oh, look at her face. She's freaked out. Bob pitched the ball again, and Amelia Bedelia stepped in to meet it. Ouch, she said. This game hurts. She got hit by the ball instead of hitting the bat. The boys taught Amelia Bedelia how to bat. Later she said, all right, I'm warmed up. In fact, I am hot. Then be here at 2 o'clock, said Jimmy. The game starts then. Amelia Bedelia went home. She went right up to the attic. I know there is a uniform here, said Amelia Bedelia, and there was one. Doesn't look like the right uniform, though. She took a nip here and a tuck there. Soon that uniform was just right. That's done, said Amelia Bedelia. Now what should